Lo Lieh occupies a very specific place in movie history. The dude made, according to some sources, almost 250 films, and we're not just talking about Saturday morning fodder here, which would have been no shame. John Wayne and Robert Mitchum turned out plenty of chaff and still maintain their superstar status, for exactly the same reasons as Lo Lieh does. He had, with Jimmy Wang Yu, played one of the leads in Chang Che's now-lost Tiger Boy, a scrappy film shot for the Shaw Brothers on an indie budget, which challenged wire fu swordplay fantasy and ushered in a new macho era of foot and fist kung fu. Then Lo starred in The Five Fingers of Death, aka King Boxer, the movie that broke Asian cinema into the Western market. He claimed the lead in The Golden Swallow, Chang Che's sequel to the legendary Come Drink With Me. He directed Clan of the White Lotus, giving the definitive performance as the uber-villain Pai Mei, which is remarkable since Pai Mei technically isn't even in that film. He was the chief villain in the 36th Chamber of Shaolin, argued by many to be the best kung fu film ever made. Lo Lieh's star on the Hong Kong Walk of Fame is more than merited. Young Lo Lieh's screen presence capitalized on his earthy sensuality and swaggering virility, typecasting him as a bad boy hero. In Valley of Fangs, for example, Lo may or may not be getting ready to collect a bounty on Ching Li from the sinister government agents who pursue her, though he turns out to be a good guy. Invincible Fist has Lo vying with David Chiang for a bounty on an evil doctor with a pretty blind daughter, and Brothers 5 has Yue Hua and Lo Lieh as unlikely brothers united by Chang Pei Pei, who, in The Flying Dagger, Lo had propositioned before realizing the error of his ways. These early Lo Lieh movies could just as easily have been spaghetti westerns starring Franco Nero or Charles Bronson. Jump forward several years. More righteous heroes like Gordon Liu had taken the spotlight, so the Shaws turned to Lo Lieh's unctuous charms to play villainous roles as the sleazebag extraordinaire. His nearest Western equivalent would probably be Jack Nicholson. Versatile, humorous, shifty, and never ever boring. But unlike Nicholson, you could toss Lo Lieh into an action film and the audience would take him 100% seriously. Occasionally he was comic relief, but more often he played a morally depraved threat. Lo was a shoo-in to star in gooey horror films like Black Magic 1 and 2, or as the treacherous elder brother in Oath of Death, a story of betrayal later retold in much less exploity remakes as Blood Brothers and The Warlords, respectively, with the upright T. Lung and Jet Li in that same role. I don't want to rob a future video, but the apex of Lo Lieh's career was probably 1976's Dragon Missile. The Shaws did a number of films with a villain in the principal role, and Dragon Missile is one of the best. Lo Lieh is on a mission that we can't respect, murdering anyone in the way of his goal, and we're glued to the screen. Recently, the wife and I were watching Chor Yuen's Murder Plot, a messy wuxia film where David Chiang and Lily Li do all they can to salvage a brain-exploding labyrinthine gulong plot where everybody is seeking this mysterious evil, unseen happy king. There's poisoned doors, multicolored treasure death traps, a lengthy Casino Royale-style dominoes tournament, and just when we've lost all hope of following what's going on, in walks the happy king. And it turns out to be Lo Lieh. My wife turned to me immediately and said, "Go ahead and applaud. I know you want to." She was right. Lo Lieh is one of the few actors whose just turning up can make the past 80 minutes worthwhile.